Hey everybody, welcome to a new episode on the channel. I hope you all having a good day and you and your family are all doing well in this new year. So thank you for stopping by. Appreciate your time. So before I ask the question I'm about to ask you all, I want to give you a little bit of background. When I was younger, I didn't like guns because I watched a lot of action movies. I love watching action movies. And because of that, it always make me feel like having a gun is like you can only kill people. There's no justification for it. That was I think I was maybe when I was in like 15, I used to think like that. And now that I'm older, I have a different mindset now. So I was thinking, because now I own a gun and lawfully, of course, but the question I want to ask all of you, for those who believe in God, even if you don't believe in God, you can give me your opinion as well. But according to God's words, which is the Holy Bible, the true living God, of course, if someone were to come in your home, your family's home, your friends, your neighbors, or your kids or your children's home, like if they're grown up, and you there and you have a gun, should you stop that person that is coming in to inflict injury or harm or might even kill your family members? Should you stop that person or persons if there are multiple? Or should you pray instead and then for God to deliver you and not do nothing? And then also, is it wrong if you do take action in that instance? Like, let's say the action you take, it inflict injuries, but the person end up dying or the persons end up dying, but you save your friends, your family, or yourself, or your neighbors, or your kids. So that's the real question I want to ask you all. So take a moment, ask yourself the same question. Oh, let's say you don't have a gun, it's a machete or a bat or something else. So what do you think it is then? Do you think it still falls in the same category I'm asking about the question? So, all right, let's say you do have your answers now. So I want to give my opinion. So I've been thinking of that same question. And I'm like, according to God's rules, well, in this commandment right here, I would highlight it. Verse 13, it says, "You shall not murder." So if someone come in my home to hurt me, my family's, or I'm at my friends or neighbors or parents' home or kids' home to hurt them, and I have a gun or a bat or something to stab them, should I pray or should I just grab my weapon and then handle it? Me personally, since I like to ask the true living God to guide me in everything I'm doing, I will pray first. I will pray, ask God, what should I do? Because first of all, I don't now want to kill anyone. Or in that instance, I don't want to murder. But if they come in my home to cause the harm or friends or families, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pray, ask the true living God to guide me, what I should do. And also, after I pray, if the Lord gives me the answer right away or not, of what I should do specifically, then I have to remember the words of God, what He says about murder and defending others. Because there's a difference between murdering someone and defending someone. Like, I look up the word murder in Hebrew. some other verse, it does say like this one on 13. It says kill, but it says not you shall murder. And I look up this word right here. I didn't look up this one. This Hebrew word. Let me see. Let me go with what I already looked up because this is gonna be tough for me. So I looked up this word and I got this word from it. And I can't pronounce this, but it says the definition of it is to murder, slay, or kill. And it also say right here premeditated. It accidental as the avenger, slayer, so intentional. I want to look at this word premeditated. Premeditated means like you had a plan, right? You already, like you've spent weeks or days or hours, hey, this is what I'm gonna do. But if someone come in my home to inflict harms and injuries, I don't know about that. I don't know this was gonna happen beforehand, so there's no way I can plan for it. So therefore, this would not be premeditated. But let's look up, I did look it up, premeditated. It says, it is an action or especially a crime thought out or planned beforehand. Yeah, which is exactly what I was talking about. Beforehand. Let me zoom in so you guys can see this better. Yeah, so this would not fall under premeditated if I did take action to stop the person. But like I said, I would pray first for guidance so he can lead me on into what I should do, or his mighty power might overcome the evil person and then stop them in their way, and I don't even have to take action. So that's what I would do first, because like the word says, do not lean on your own understanding. So don't think you always have the answers. Consult God first. And of course, after you do that, wait for his answer. But everything gonna happen so quick. Sometimes you're like, man, if I wait, oh, my family gonna hurt. It's like you don't trust God's timing though. So if you trust his timing, if he's gonna do something, just like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, when the king put them in the furnace, well, even before then, they were like, if the Lord, the true living God, rescue me, may his name be praised. I'm paraphrasing. And if he doesn't deliver us, his name may be praised as well. Still, it tells us that we can't just hope things gonna turn out the way we want it to turn out. We gotta consult God and let him do his great work. Don't try to help God, pretty much. He doesn't need our help. So that's the part we have to focus on and not to do. But also we got to look at it this way too. God gave us free will. So for example, if you know you're thirsty, you're dying of this, right? You went outside of your house and you have water, a lot of bottled waters in your fridge. And while you're thirsty outside, should you pray to Adonai and ask, hey Adonai, please, Heavenly Father, give me a bottle of water? In my opinion, I don't think you will do it because you have the answer already. The water is in your fridge, so you have that answer already. I'm not saying that he can't bring someone to give it to you instantly. Like for instance, if you like become, let's say you're having a medical episode and then you can't move and you're really bad to die really, and then you need that water. In that moment, he can send someone to give you some water to help you. But if you know you fully 100%, you can go back inside and get the water yourself. Then what's the point of, well, I'm not going to say what's the point. we should always talk to our Father. But it's not necessary, pretty much, to ask God to give you a bottle of water when He already gave you the means, which is it's in your fridge. You just have to open your door and then go get the water. And then from there, you solve the issue. So He gave you that free will to end the answer already, by you already having the money to buy the water, and then you can get it yourself inside of your fridge. So that's the other part I want you to look at it. So to look at and then see it that way. But back to the other scenario. Remember when Abraham's nephew Lot was taken captive with all the other people? And one of the people, I believe I have the story right here. Let's see. Yeah, right here, 14. When Abraham heard that his relative had been taken prisoner, he assembled his trained men, 318, born in his household, and they went and pursued as far as Dan. And then basically, to make story short, they rescued Lot, his wife, and the others. And I'm pretty sure there were some that died, because it wasn't like a friendly rescue. Hey, excuse me, can you release my nephew? No, they already took them as prisoner. They would not do that. But what I do believe, though, Abraham could also pray to Adonai or Yahweh and for deliverance, to release them. Yeah, he could do that. His mighty power. He could do that with his mighty power. But to me, it looks like it falls under the free will of defending for a good cause. That's not murder, and that's not premeditated. That's just defending the innocent because they are taken captive. So he took action and went after them and rescued them. So in that scenario as well, if we compare that to the question that I asked, like, would it be murder? No, it's not murder. Would it be like defending your household and your family? Yes, it is defending your household and your family. And according to God's word, is that wrong to defend your family? No, it's not wrong. There are countless times, even just like the story of Abraham right here, where Adonai specifically said, I will defend my people, just like he defended his people from Pharaoh. So it's not wrong to defend, because it's justifiable before God to defend. But it's also important we don't take it extreme, like to the extreme where we do things outside of God's words and then trying to justify it ourselves. Because, none is righteous on this earth. Only the true living God is. So we got to consult him and his words, because his word is true. He gave us the right procedures to follow, and like according to his commandment right here, you shall not murder. If it falls under murder, where it is premeditated, you've been planning this, or this person about to come after you, and you've been planning to murder that person, that's a different scenario. I'm not talking about that. I'm simply talking about they breaking in your home, your household, of your family, friends, neighbors. Should you take action, or should you pray, or should you do both? And is that murder, or is that not murder? And like I said, me personally, I would pray and then I will take action according to what he puts in my heart. But also sometime in the moment, we panicking. We don't really want to pray. We just want to focus on the physical, not the spiritual aspects of it. And also, you got to look into the law of your state where you live in as well, to see, is it lawful to take action as well? And or is there a certain way to take the action? That way, after all this is done, you don't have to deal with the law, the government coming after you, and you can be in good standing not only before Adonai and also before the law of your state or the government, so they don't try to punish you. But men's heart are corrupt. Even if you did everything well, somehow they always try to twist something to make it look like, oh, you did something wrong, so they can get you on something. So that was the question of the day I wanted to ask all of you, because you might have a gun or you might not. You might have a machete or a bat or whatever you have, knives. Some days you might be in a situation like this, or some days you might not even need to inflict injuries or cause hurt or harm to the person that's trying to hurt your family or your friends. If it's God's will, you might just need to say a prayer, and then the power of God can come upon that person and stop that person from continuing. So you don't even have to take action. That's why, in my opinion, it is good to first pray. Pray, that's the first thing. Do not lean on your own understanding. So pray, and then let Adonai guide your heart. And then all will be well. Because I believe in prayer. And with prayer, you can achieve great things through God and according to His Son. And hopefully, you can chime in, pretty much share your opinion, because we can all learn with each other. And also, give your point of view on what you would do as well. Would you pray? Would you just, if you had a gun or a knife or a machete, would you just take action and pray later? Or would you just go hiding and not do anything at all? Or there's an option too. You could call 911, but 911 usually late. It's afterward. I'm not saying all the time, but it might be instant where you need to make a decision right now. And calling 911 takes a couple minutes. They might not be here on time to help you. Unless if you can hide and protect yourself while they come to stop the person, then yes. But if not, you just have to think about all these options that I mentioned. Either pray or use your weapon, whatever you have, or go hide, whatever options your situation falls under. Utilize that and then go from there, and then see the right course of action, what the right course of action should be. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts, and let me know some other topics you might have you want me to talk about, because whether you believe in God or not, you might be in a situation like this, and you're gonna have to make a decision, so you're gonna have to make a decision, and then that decision might means a lot for you and your families and your friends and your household or neighbors. So I'll finish with this. Think before you act. Always think before you act. Even if it takes 2 seconds, think before you act. Let's say you have 5 seconds to make a decision. Take 1 or 2 seconds. Think real quick before you act. And then ask yourself, Lord, what is your will? Or pray to Him. Or pray first and then think as well, and then go from there. Let Him guide your heart. And make sure you know the laws of your state where you live. and follow them as well, because Adonai loves it when we submit to authority. But of course, lawful authority though, because all authorities supposed to submit to Adonai, and if they don't, well, in my opinion, that means that law is not lawful. If it doesn't really, in God's eyes, seems as lawful. But anyways, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. And until then, be safe out there. Stay warm wherever you may be. And let me know your thoughts. Leave a comment below. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye.